So we are going to talk about flip homes, renovation homes from renovators.
Yay.
Yeah. So,
I feel like there should be a distinction, renovation and flip.
that's fair. I don't know if flip is offensive to flippers. Is it offensive to be flipper?
I think HGTV, made it a strong word.
Okay.
But
flip scares me more than renovation.
As it should.
Renovation, I feel like contractors are involved, where flip is just them.
You hope. You pray
in my mind,
a permit was involved.
In my mind,
right.
That's, you know what I'm saying? When I hear flip versus, that's where my mind goes.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I don't know if it's true or not.
I use the term with buyers when we're in a flip because it's such like an emotional, they fall in love so quickly with a flip because it's pretty.
Because it's pretty. Looks pretty.
And so I always use the it's still a pig wearing lipstick statement. But yes, sorry, I hijacked that. Let's talk about what you came today.
No, I would be like that. I'd be like, oh, but it's pretty.
Oh,
and sometimes the agents are like, yeah, it's very pretty.
Yeah, and then get real upset when
real upset.
It's
No, I did one recently yesterday. Nobody knows when yesterday is when this comes out, so that's okay.
Oh yeah.
And 1923 house was purchased in July of last year.
Okay.
It was priced at $390, $95 ballpark.
Pre-flip.
Nope, post-flip.
Okay.
All right.
Septic?
Nope, in the city.
All right.
So I show up. Across the street is a house that is boarded up and has like boards missing so you can see through it.
Oh.
The client negotiated a $350 because it had set for a month with nothing, no traffic, no nothing. I've learned that their hard money loan is starting to come due July 1.
Oh.
Yeah, those payments, and if you don't know, hard money interest rates are higher.
Oh, yeah.
Bottom's 10%? Yeah, and it goes up 15 to 18%.
And sometimes there's multiple people involved.
Yep. So the client was like, I'm afraid all they did was paint it and put flooring in. She wasn't wrong. So my feeling is that this was either a first-time flipper or this was the biggest project they took on and they got underwater really quick.
Yeah.
As soon as I walked in, I knew there's going to be crawl space problems.
Yeah.
1923 home, and I could tell there's going to be problems.
Right.
HVAC was new, so that was nice. Roof was not. Siding was not. Front porch boards and railing was new, not support post, nor the crumbling piers holding up the porch.
Ooh, yeah.
Like crushing brick. Yeah. They put an attic pull down in, which was nice, but they cut the rafters to make it fit.
Tag on it.
And didn't head that off properly.
Yeah.
Water heater was from 2011, and it looked like it was from like the 70s because it was looking rough, but it was 2011. So again, flooring looked good, new windows. I'll say new paint, but that looked like they did yourself.
Yeah.
Not professional. Bathroom, kitchen appliances, but that was it, right? Everything else was just like not touched at all. And when I got into the glorious crawl space, I'm estimating $30,000 to $50,000 worth of repairs.
Oh no.
Yeah, but nice new vapor barrier, nice new insulation. Even though the crawl space wall, because it was a pier support with the brick skirting, even though it was blown out underneath the front porch and the side porch, and that insulation will be on the ground come June. It looked good. It looked good yesterday.
Is this the one that you were showing pictures of at the
showing
meeting?
pictures of it in the meeting. Yeah.
What about like the plumbing underneath? Like
That had been replaced.
Okay.
Except for one section of cast iron underneath the toilet that's 100 years old. Low water pressure, like bad low water pressure, especially upstairs. But every single pier, there's probably almost 24 of them, all wrong.
Oh, no.
They're either crumbling or they scab together some sketchy supports. There's termite damage, ate up 3 of the joist.
So they're gonna have to jack that thing up.
Oh, it's a mess. It's a mess.
Yeah.
And they're going to be mad when they get the report here at some point. Because they were already mad, they were dropping down to 350. But I mean, what do you do?
This is the thing. Buyers are so educated, like so much more educated in gone are the day that the agent is the only person that is like giving knowledge and educating the buyer.
Yeah.
The buyers know what if they're looking in a certain location, they know how much a house should be priced per square footage. They know what to look for in home inspections. AI has put kind of the expert need. They still need us to kind of like get through, put things on paper and be the final say.
Yeah.
But you can't scam anymore.
No. Now, the only thing that they got going for them, if the client walks away, the crawl space opening is such that anyone bigger than me is not going to go in there.
Oh.
And since only a couple of us have a robot to go into tight crawl spaces, and I have seen home inspectors say, hey, it's just settlement. You're good. Old house. But got the old laser level out. There's a 2-3 inch deflection in the floor, which is a little bit more than just an old house. But the agent, her agent is a really good agent, really cares about the clients, wants to make sure that they're safe. And they've been friends. He's known the buyer for a long time.
Okay.
And the buyer's going through a rough spot, personal life and whatnot. So she's just trying to move on. And we had that conversation. And I said, look, there's a couple different things you can do, but you got to keep in mind. Because she's like, well, I'm going to ask them to take $50,000 off. I said, well, you can. I said, the question is, if they usually either take money off or do repairs. It's not both.
Right.
So if you take $50,000 off, how does that change your mortgage payment? And is that going to help you fix the $40,000 problem?
Do you have $50,000 to fix that?
So I see that a lot with clients where they're like, oh, we'll just take money off and we'll fix it ourselves. But if you don't have the money to fix it, you're only saving $100 a month.
Yeah.
$150 a month in your mortgage. That doesn't give you the money in your pocket to fix this, right?
That's right.
And she's like, yeah, she's like, I understand that. And I said, the other thing is, in theory, again, if it goes back on the market, the next person's going to find all this stuff too, in theory. If they should disclose it, but we know how that goes.
Right. No fault to seller.
No fault to seller. The other thing is, like, I said, this is an agent question, but look around the area. What's the comps?
Yeah.
So meaning that if you go turn around and you want to do your house, do whatever you want. But if you want to put all this money into this house, are you going to get it back when you sell it?
Right.
If you don't care about that, have at it. Right.
Yeah, if you're going to live in it forever.
Yeah. Or you're okay taking a loss. Like, hey,
do.
I'm going to make this house my house, and I don't care if I take a $200,000 loss on it because,
right,
I made it mine.
This is where I want to be.
And whatever. So those are just questions and things you gotta work through, right? And the most important question is, this is what I found in 3 hours.
Yeah.
So imagine the stuff I can't see.
Right.
That was done, right? And that's important. And the point of this entire conversation is this is not an outlier.
Yeah.
I would say, being generous, 70% of the renovations we go into or flip homes that we go into is lipstick on a pig.
Oh, yeah.
And I would probably say it's probably closer to 80 to 85%.
For sure.
And it's just a wild thing.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's a whole different world. There's some really good people out there doing it right.
Oh, and they're the people out there that their business is to flip properties, they're kind of up against a hard place because of the prices going up with supplies and construction.
Yep.
So they're looking at it as a business and is like, okay, what's the overall picture of this home? This is the budget that I have told my hard money lenders that I'm going to put into it to get to net this amount.
Yeah.
And maybe they put like a percentage of unseen cost, but they really need to like stick to those numbers. And so when they start the demo and things that they weren't aware of come up, they've got to put that in that price. Yeah. And it's not like they can list it for more.
No.
The comps didn't change.
No.
So I think with every profession, there's different levels of expertise. There's, really wonderful, respectful flippers, and then there's some that need to be pushed off the island.
The most concerning thing that I've seen is the community and what they care about, meaning that there's obviously Facebook groups and whatnot, and there was some legislation being passed. No, it wasn't legislation. Well, there was, but this issue came up where somebody sold their flip home, and I think like the county came in, they called the county, and like no permits were pulled, blah blah blah, and like the county and the buyer was going after the flipper, right? Yeah. And like this whole group of professional investors were like defending the guy. Like they have no right to come in and, the government's overreach and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, hey, the guy's shady.
Yeah.
He did a shady project. Instead of protecting him, how about we call him out?
Right.
This is the problem with the industry. I mean, these are like some well-known people in the investment world. That's like trying to make it sound like, no, he screwed over a client. He screwed over a buyer. Let's be honest. Let's go with what it is, right?
Yeah, it's happened to my buyers. We bought a flip. They checked the LLC that was listed as the seller, and it was like they were using another person's LLC to like list the house. And then a year later, when problems started coming up, we looked and the LLC was gone. Like there was no,
and there's nothing you can do about it.
And there was nothing. Because you think about it, a new construction, Virginia has a law that you have a 12-month builder's warranty.
As well as a structural warranty.
Right.
And it actually says in the law, I forget the exact wording, but basically if you have legit issues, the builder is required to fix it.
That's right. And so I always tell, new construction clients, on month 11, make sure that you schedule your builder or your project manager to come out because of like settling or drawers or whatever it is, big or small, they have to come back. Yeah. That's not the case with a flipper, right?
No, it's a Wild West.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about, on our repair addendum, we always put for a licensed and insured contractor to complete the repair work and then provide invoices prior to closing. Does Virginia make them responsible for the guaranteed or warranted work for a year for the contractor that did the repair?
I don't think so. I think the only warranty you get is if they offer a warranty. Like, I don't think they're required to offer a warranty.
I heard that once, and I was like, I'm going to look that up.
You can ask, like, hey, because we get into this when we go in and we find something wrong, and the contractor comes out, fixes it. We go back out for the reinspection and say, hey, not exactly the best way, right? Mm-hmm. And they say, well, the contract says he does this all the time. That's how he does it. I'm like, hey, if they're going to warranty the work in writing, do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And then most of the time, I say most of the time, some of the time the contractor will say, yeah, I'll put it in writing. I'll warranty. If there's any issues, I'll come back and fix it.
Right.
You know, but
or
it's not.
Does it
it's
convey?
not.
Because
that's another issue. Yeah.
Yeah, I sold a house in Colonial Heights years ago, and it needed a new flat roof on a portion of it, and so we asked the sellers to do it.
Yep. Got
an invoice, licensed and insured. Person installed it. A couple years, maybe a year or two down the road, the water wasn't running off correctly, and I was like, oh, well, you know, here's the invoice, because we keep them in our files for our clients. Contact this contractor, and they did, and they were like, there's no warranty for y'all.
Yeah. And that's a thing for some of these 2 and 3 resale homes, 2 and 3 year old resale homes, because sometimes those HVAC warranties and stuff like that, they won't convey. Yes. Sometimes they do, but you have to physically
fill out the stuff.
But a lot of times they won't convey.
I know.
Same thing going back to renovated property. You got brand new refrigerator, stove, stuff like that. Maybe under warranty, but may not be under warranty for you.
Right.
So especially if they've already filled it out.
Right.
You know, so that stuff doesn't convey. So yeah, that's an important part of that people don't realize, is that you have to be able to, you have to ask those questions and not just assume. Because a lot of people, oh, well, you know, Brandon Mill is a good example because of all the structural work that's been done in there. A lot of companies will come in and let's say they put some piers in and they say, hey, lifetime warranty, right?
Yeah.
Lifetime warranty for that seller, right?
Yeah.
And lifetime warranty that those are doing what they're supposed to do. Doesn't mean if the house continues to move in other areas and need work in other areas that they're going to do that for free, right? Yeah. So that's another misunderstanding, because I've seen that happen. Like, hey, we've had work done. Hey, you got more cracking, so you're still moving. And they say, oh, no. What we did is fine. You need more. So
it really gets you motivated to be a homeowner.
It really does. It really does.
I'm scared.
It's scary. It is, because, I mean, I had a buyer and we got a flip under contract. 360 did the inspection, and my client, paid for the home inspection, radon inspection, and then some things came up to get a contractor to further investigate. Yeah. And the roofer looked at the pictures on the home inspection and let us know what was going on, but the HVAC company wanted $175 to come out, and then there was somebody else that wanted, I'll come out and inspect it, but it's going to be $150. And my buyer was like, this is even before I know if I'm going to move forward. And I'm like, yeah, but what do you want? Do you want to know it now? That's
yes. And I see a lot of clients come into the inspection, and now sometimes it's just clients being clients. They don't always listen.
Tell me about it.
And say, hey, can I ask for that? And you're like, no, this is as is. What do you mean?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you didn't know what you negotiated. That's cool.
Yeah, make sure that when you're trying to win the offer for your buyer, that the things you put on there, they are okay with.
Yeah, and they have to fix this, right? Nope, that's not how this works. But the other thing is, we're the starting inspection.
Yeah.
You know, are you hey, you're going to pay $500 for a home inspection. There may be other inspections that are needed.
Right.
You may be able to find somebody that comes out for free. You may have found people that come out for a trip charge.
Right.
Are you okay with that?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
and we're in the land of buyers getting a lot more inspections at the front end than in previous years. Because it used to be when a buyer got a piece of land under contract, they put up more cost on the front end of doing like soil work and all, the study period and stuff like that before they know that they, I'd have a land buyer go under contract and sink $1,500 and realize it needs alternative septic and they're backing out. Yes. And that was a norm. And now you're seeing that with resale homes as well.
Yeah, we've seen now, depending on the agent, but like the really good active agents, they'll like, hey, we already know there's a problem with the HVAC, or the client's really concerned with the HVAC. We know it's 200 years old, so I got HVAC guy coming already. Yeah. We already have an engineer coming because we know, because of where it's at or whatever. Versus just waiting for us to say, hey, you need to get an HVAC guy out here.
Right.
So they're already doing some of that as well. So.
Yeah, there is. I put in an offer this weekend for a buyer in an area in Richmond that is super hot right now, and like the Twin Hickory neighborhood, like Deep Run High School, that area. It was listed in like the mid 700s, and there were 10 offers. We were one of 10. And I was like ChatGPT like how to be more creative. It was wild. I was like, I haven't done this in a while. I'm like, leave anything, and here's a subscription to a house cleaning service for your new home for a year. We didn't get it. And we didn't get it. And so I had been talking to the agent the whole time during the process. And so when she called me to tell me that we didn't get it, I was like, who did?
Yeah.
I want to see that. Yeah. If somebody could just, I know y'all can't show me now, but when you close, can I see that offer? Because I want to know. I want to know who did that. Like, what'd you do? And she said, so it was listed for mid 700s. She said it went well over 800 and waived everything. Everything. Appraisal. Like, but so that means it wasn't cash, because if it was a waive everything cash over 800, we wouldn't have waited. She wouldn't have waited like throughout the 4 days. Yeah. She would just accepted, that cash buyer would have been like, either take this or we're moving on. So that means that person was getting a loan. And I'm like, I want to talk to them. I want to talk to them in like a year.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Yeah.
How's that? You paid over $100,000 over.
Gosh, that's fun.
And what? Yeah. I just don't understand.
I've seen some high 6-figure, 7-figure homes that are just disasters. And like one, it had every bit of a $40,000 roof that needed to be replaced. And could you imagine? I mean, it was leaking in like 4 different spots.
Especially when you see a house that was built in the 80s.
Yeah. So are you really going to gamble on that? Like, that's cool, you got that kind of money. But why do you have that kind of money and still want to spend money you shouldn't have to spend?
I mean, this particular house...
I wish I had that type of money.
I mean, this particular house was solid, but I am showing my cousin, just got my cousin under contract for her first home, but we went and saw another home in a hot area. It was built in like 1989, and the sellers had done a really great job of getting it list ready. Like, it was super clean. They had, I know they didn't power wash it because the siding would have come off. But they did all the things.
Yeah.
It was super cute. They painted the door. It was in a great neighborhood. And it was staged. It was so cute. And it was priced right. And my cousin and her fiance, like fell in love. And they were like, oh my gosh, we'll pay over. What do we need to do? And I was like, what we need to do is I need you to see that the siding is, what's that board that was?
Oh, Masonite?
Masonite.
Yeah.
And I was like, go touch it.
Go touch it.
I was like, go touch it.
It's squishy.
I was like, you know why that house doesn't have, it has original windows? Because when the window guy came, he said, sure, I can put new windows in, but they're going to fall out because all the wood
is rotted.
If you want to call it wood, is rotten around
sawdust.
it. So literally the, when you walked in the kitchen, it had a bay window and you could see moisture in the seam because water had gotten behind that masonite and it's like a sponge.
Yeah.
Like who, where's that guy that thought that was a good idea to build homes with masonite?
I mean, he might be the same guy that developed Hardy Plank. You don't know.
So what was that? Because when I started selling real estate, Hardy Plank was like the thing.
Yeah.
Like people were like, oh, is that Hardy Plank?
Yeah.
And now people are like, oh, is that Hardy Plank? Tell me the difference between, because what's cement board? Is that Hardy Plank?
I mean, Hardy Plank is a
guy named Hardy.
Yep. It's
doing a plank.
It's like Coke. It's like Coca-Cola.
Okay.
That's what
I didn't know
Hardy.
where you were going with that.
Nah, that's why I said Coca-Cola. Versus soda, right?
Okay.
Soda is a generic term, but I want a Coke.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola.
Right.
Is the what's the word I'm looking for? Trade name.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Brand name, whatever. Yeah, brand name. Wow, that was hard. So James Hardy or Hardy Plank is the brand name.
Okay.
Right, but the material is fiber cement. So cement board is just a version of that.
So it's like going to Walmart and getting the Walmart brand versus normal brand.
Kinda, yeah. I mean, it's just like when you talk about Romex wiring. Romex is actually the brand name, right? It's a specific, but everybody calls it Romex. Right?
Yeah.
Same thing.
So, and why is so fiber cement board because it breaks?
No, it's just what it's composed of. It's fiber cement pressed together. But it does break, yes.
So Hardy Plank. I feel like...
And some people use them interchangeable. That's cement board, fiber cement.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a difference, but some people use them interchangeable.
Right. So do you see people with Hardy Plank taking off Hardy Plank and putting up, what, vinyl?
I don't really see them taking it off because it's so expensive to take off.
Is this flooring?
No, siding.
Oh, okay.
Siding.
Yeah. Go back to reading your devotional.
Yes.
Amish Courtney.
So, yeah, I mean, siding. What? I mean, so I was looking at that house and I was like, yeah, this is a great neighborhood. I was like, but if you look around the neighborhood at the neighbors, you'll see a house that has already dealt with this $35,000 situation.
Yeah.
Because you got to take it off. You got to fix what's behind it because it's all wet. And you got to, I would think, dry it out.
And siding is not cheap.
No.
Vinyl siding is not cheap.
No.
And that's the floor.
Yeah.
And that's expensive for a whole house. Yeah. Masonite was the precursor. It was before fiber cement. So it was the first thing, right? But once it gets wet, it's pretty much mush because it's cardboard.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's pressed board, basically. So they went from press board to press cement, basically is what they did. Now, the problem with Hardy Plank and those like it is that it's better now and this is how change kind of happens a little bit with non-regulated items like siding, as far as code goes and county inspections go, is that for 10 years, home inspectors call it out for being wrong. And then at some point, the builders start like, okay, let's figure out how actually this is supposed to look.
Yeah.
Because there's very specific instructions on how to install it, right?
Right.
You're still not supposed to go to the ground or to the decking because it can get wet over time. Not as bad as masonite or as quick, but it can deteriorate from water. So when you put it on a siding that's over top of a roof, like a second floor over top of a garage, it's supposed to have a gap between the shingles so it doesn't catch that water running down. But in the beginning, a lot of people didn't do that. You're supposed to nail it a certain way, right? Because if you face nail it, which is where you see the nails, that creates little holes for water to get into. You're not supposed to butt them up against each other all the way because they expand and contract and can crack. But behind that, you're supposed to put these little square pieces of flashing behind it. That's fun when you don't see flashing behind it because that's just not an easy fix.
Yeah.
You know, you got to start ripping stuff off.
And then that's what they were talking about when you take, like, let's say 2 were hung incorrectly or have moved because of settlement or whatever. When you take one off, like, you've got to take the whole section.
So what they'll do is the way they fix it is they remove the broken piece, they put the new piece under, and that's when you see the face nails.
Oh, yeah.
Because they don't want to take that whole row off.
That's right.
And I've had builders like, yeah, we're not taking it all off. Like,
so tell the people, for 2026, what is the best siding?
I mean, the best siding, honestly, is just going to be vinyl.
Vinyl?
Yeah. I mean, it's tried and true. Yeah, I mean, if you want the higher end look, sure, go with brick. I mean, brick is solid. Brick veneer is solid, right? Yeah. So, I mean, if you're talking about high end, I will go with brick. I mean, fiber cement's not bad as long as it's done correctly.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it looks nice.
Yeah.
Definitely gives that high end feel to it.
For sure. Because that's the vertical siding. Is that hardy plank?
It comes in different, yeah. But so yeah, I mean, brick, vinyl, both tried and true. As much as people aren't going to like to hear it, stay away from stone veneer, even though we see it in every new neighborhood.
Damn it.
That's it.
It is.
It's like the 3 Little Pigs story.
Yep. It is never installed correctly, and nobody ever cares, and the builder is never going to fix it. I did a home inspection for a townhouse, new townhouse, and I did the pre-drywall, but in the pre-drywall, you don't know what type of siding is going up unless they write it on there. Sometimes they write it on there, but they don't. The house wrap, that is.
Yeah.
So when I came back and it was I see stone, I said, hey, there's only one layer of house wrap. Manufacturer says if you're going to put stone on a house, you need double layers of house wrap. Why? Because that's a great question. Glad you asked. Because if moisture gets stuck behind the stone, it stays there longer because it's trapped with the mortar and stuff. And house wrap isn't waterproof, right?
Right.
It's designed to shed water, not hold it. So now you have water pushing through that one layer of house wrap. So if you Google problems with stone veneer, you're probably going to go outside and start ripping it off your house because after 15, 20 years, that's when you start having significant water damage.
Oh, no. How about bring back stucco for 2026?
No. Stone veneer is the new.
Have you ever done like the drill inspection for stucco?
No, because that's invasive.
Oh.
And you got to be certified to do all that stuff. But no, stone veneer is the new stucco. That's what it's compared to. Yeah. Yeah, because nobody installs it correctly.
But I've heard stucco done well.
Done well, yes.
Will last.
It will, if it's done well.
Yeah.
But that's the problem, is not a lot of people do it well.
Huh. That's like the Richmond has a lot of like the super fancy types of roofs. How do you, like, I know that when you're looking at like a 30-dimensional asphalt shingle, you can be like, yeah, this is going to need a new roof in 10 years. What about like slate?
Slate will last 100 to 150 years.
And you can
if
look
it's
at
maintained.
That. And how do you, like what? You're just looking at like if moisture, if it's chipped from storms or something
Basically,
like that?
yeah. I mean, as long as you take care of it. So the issues with slate, it's heavy and expensive.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you're early in your life and that's your forever home,
yeah,
it'll pay off.
Right.
If you're late in your life,
I don't see anybody putting new slate roofs on.
Not on new construction, no.
Yeah.
It's only if you've already had slate.
Right.
Yeah. They're held on by nails. So when you start seeing them to slide, it's because the nails got rusted, the fasteners got rusted, and they snap, so they'll slide. So that requires maintenance. And then there's sealing at the top. You got to seal, which is maintenance item too. So there's maintenance involved with it because of that.
Yeah.
But it's easy enough for a roofer. I get not cheap, but easy for a roofer that deals with slate to go up there and swap out shingles.
Yeah.
You know, versus an entire replacement. So,
I think so.
Yeah, so you got a couple broken slate tiles, whatever, you know, replace them.
Yeah.
A couple fasteners broken, now they're sliding, replace them. So just a lot easier to do that than it is, you know. So again, you get 100, 150 years out of it, but it's heavy and it's expensive, and there's not a lot of people that mess with it anymore.
Yeah.
So just like boiler systems around here, not a lot of people mess with it.
Ooh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a house under contract, and I was walking around, and I was like, where's the central heating and air conditioning units? And I was like, ooh, it doesn't have it. Let's talk about this for a moment.
Yes. And that's another thing.
That was a flip.
Yeah, yes. That's another thing that a lot of people don't pay attention to, especially in the changing world of insurance. Is I've gone in homes with like no central heat. You can't get insurance on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's the thing. Like you're required to have heat.
Yeah.
Air conditioning, not so much, depending. What I've learned is if the entire block has central air, then it's not unreasonable to assume to expect that house to have central air.
Right. This one had the electric every room. What is it? Like the heaters, electric
radiators.
Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. Yes.
Yeah. Boilers aren't that not that common around here anymore. But they put out some heat.
They do. I've seen them in townhomes.
Yeah. I could probably count on one hand how many times I've seen the boiler from this century. Most of them from the 70s and 80s, and they're still going.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, and again, there's just not that many companies that mess with them anymore either. So,
well, it's like changing the. Somebody was talking the other day about the HVAC. What is it? Refrigerant changing?
Yeah.
And that it's going to be cheaper to replace than to fill because they're not going to hold on to it.
No, well, it's getting harder and harder to get, especially the R22, and the 410A will follow suit. And then it's a compatibility issue too, with the new stuff versus the old stuff. So there's HVAC units that was installed a year ago under the old stuff, not as old but medium old,
right?
That in 5 years, 6 years, if they got a leak in it or whatever, and there's an issue with it, it'll just be cheaper to replace it because they can't recharge that system.
That's wild, especially
the government is here to help you.
Yeah, especially if it was a dual system and you just spent what, $20,000 replacing two units at the same time.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna hurt.
$20,000. I mean, that's the low end.
Yeah,
if you got
I remember.
Do you
back
remember?
In the day when you could get a new HVAC like for $6,500?
Yeah,
not anymore.
No. Last year I stopped asking, but by June, my HVAC guy, C3 Heating and Air, sponsored by.
Plug.
I'll tell Brian he owes me money. By June, they've already had 3 price increases from the manufacturers that they order the units from. So, and it was because of tariffs.
Really?
So, yeah. And there were like double-digit increases on the systems.
Which goes back to flips.
Yeah.
Because that is going to cut into their budget, and the buyer is going to have that cost ahead of them after living in the home for a couple years.
Yeah.
Hopefully a couple
100%.
years.
And how many times have I've seen flips where they replaced the HVAC system, but they left the 50-year-old duct system in?
Oh, yeah.
And you're still not as efficient because you have 50-year-old ducts.
Yeah.
Or it's not insulated ducts, and you have this high efficiency system that creates condensation, and now your crawl space is a swampy mess, and you got mold everywhere that you never had mold in the house before because you didn't.
How depressing.
Yeah. Or it wasn't.
Or they change out the outside unit because that's what people look at, and not the one in the attic.
Yep. Or they had a unit setting at their warehouse, and maybe it's 2 tons undersized, but they don't care, and they throw it on there.
Yeah. I've seen that.
Yeah.
I'm like, why does that unit look commercial?
Yeah.
For a 1,300 square foot house.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah.
That, I feel like that was like a doomsday, don't buy a house, rent an efficiency apartment, or move back to your parents' house.
No, that was be mindful and cautious when you go look at renovated houses.
Yes.
I love my parents' house.
Yeah, because again, I mean,
but
and
can you change the thermometer? Because when I lived with my dad, I was not allowed to touch the air conditioner heat.
I got like the upstairs, so my mom doesn't really come up there, so I kind of have free range.
Oh, see, that's why you're still at home.
Yeah.
Her parents live with her.
Literally I moved out and had an apartment for a little bit, and every time I'd come home and visit, my mom would be like, when are you coming back? And then her fiance's name is Jim. She goes, I can kick Jim out. Like, you want, I can kick him out.
Jim.
Courtney learned a lesson that we've already learned. That's your friends don't always make good roommates.
Oh.
I mean, they were fine. It was just, they just have a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I learned after like the 4th roommate that I'm the problem. Because I was like, I don't know what it is in my early 20s. I'd be like, I don't know what it is. I cannot find a good roommate. No, it was me.
I mean,
it was I'm not a good roommate.
It was also the fact that I was home. Like, I think I spent maybe 2 weekends at my actual apartment for an entire year, and that was it. So it's like, why even have an apartment and pay for 14?
Yeah, but that's what people do. Like, you get an apartment and you like love your roommate, and y'all like cook a couple meals together and watch a couple movies, and then have people over, and you're like in love with one another, and then one of you gets in a relationship. And
or you start noticing somebody doesn't do the dishes.
Yeah. And then that person isn't
Why is your underwear
around,
here?
and then that person comes home and is like, I'm just here to get clothes, but why is the back door open? Why is all the food in the sink?
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't bad.
And then
it wasn't
passive
like
aggressiveness starts coming out.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, we know it didn't get to that point. It wasn't bad. It was just like, it was more of the fact that I felt like if I had a work event or something and I wasn't going to get back to the apartment until after like 4 p.m., I wasn't going to get a parking spot. So I might as well just go to my parents' house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was a big factor.
Yeah. And she also goes to clubs in Norfolk while living in an apartment in Richmond.
Oh.
Well, that's where my friends went.
Oh.
But my Richmond friends, they don't go out.
Because you can't go out.
I had a roommate that I saw her out, and she was on the dance floor wearing my clothes. And we were not
that great?
Like clothes swapping close.
Did she look better in your clothes than you?
I mean,
is that the problem?
I'm not going to say yes.
What a derail.
That's when I was still super feisty.
Yeah.
And I think there was like a physical altercation that day, and then we were not roommates anymore the following day.
Who won?
We both know that.
Yeah, we do.
Let's just say she was looking for a shirt for her ride home from the bar.
Awesome.
Sorry to her. I want her to know. Maybe that was one of my part of my steps in recovery. I should have been like, "Hey, my bad."
My bad. Remember that time I took the shirt off of you?
Yeah, off the dance floor.
Yeah. Good for you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to apologize for it, but because, like, that was my shirt.
I'm sorry you took my shirt.
Yeah.
I maybe shouldn't have escalated it to that point, but also I'm not going to apologize because that's my shirt.
Yeah, that was the story of my life.
That's what my daughter said, my 11-year-old. And I said, you need to apologize. She's like, I'm sorry that you've been mean to me. Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, my 11-year-old and I have had 2 strong conversations this week because we're moving and tensions are high. Tensions are high.
Yeah.
So tomorrow I'm going to spend the day with him because it's the last day of spring break, and I've been yelling a lot.
Yes.
A lot.
Yeah.
So tomorrow I'm going to make it about him.
My little cousin, she's also pretty sassy. We play this like dress up game together, and my friend joined, and she called my friend's outfit ugly.
Oh,
and it was really funny. Like for me,
a show about kids telling the truth.
Yeah. My kid's like, why you yell at me? You don't have to yell at me. I was like, because I've asked you nice and calm 4 times.
Yeah.
And yelling is the only thing that gets you to move.
Yeah. I yell a lot. That's why I was late today.
Yelling.
I mean, my family's just a loud family, so I feel like wear always in a state of yelling.
All right. Well, the moral of the story is
yes.
What a derail.
Par for the course. But yeah, be mindful and cautious. Again, some good people. There's some people out there that really know what they're doing. They do it the right way. Unfortunately, my experience of 6.5 years and now 5 other inspectors is that they're the minority, not the majority.
Few and far between.
Yeah,
work
they
with
really
the professionals.
We always talk about, bad agents, bad home inspectors, and those are the minority. It's not. There's a lot of good ones out there on both ends, but when it comes to this, not so much. And you can say and be offended by that, but when you do as many inspections as we do, I feel like we have a pretty good grasp on.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
How many are good ones and what's not?
Interview.
Yeah.
Interview your agent. Ask them how many home inspections they've negotiated. Ask them who their referral partners are with their home inspectors. Look at reviews. Like, make sure this is not the time to give business to your friend because you feel like you owe them because they just got their license. This is the time. This is one of the biggest investments you'll make. So make sure you're working with, professionals all around that are going to take care of you.
If you wouldn't lend your friend $300,000, $400,000, $500,000,
that's right. Check their criteria. Check their credentials.
Hey, go invest this for me. If you would, if that's a no, then not being mean. It's just everybody's got to start somewhere. But it's what it is. So, anyways, thanks, Courtney.
Thanks, Courtney.
Huzzah!